Personal statements are one of the most challenging parts of the medical school application process, and it's a required component of any primary application. The AACOMAS personal statement is unique to individuals applying to osteopathic medicine, known as DO programs, and tell the admissions committee why an applicant wants to pursue medicine and where their motivation initiated and developed over time. Members of the admission committee often spend less than 5 minutes reviewing a personal statement to decide if they want to learn more about an applicant or not. So it's important that your AACOMAS personal statement attracts attention right away and keeps it throughout. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing what you need to know about the AACOMAS personal statement, what to include, and how to write an effective statement. Lastly, I'll go over 2 successful essay examples that will highlight the essential characteristics of a successful statement. Before we get started, hi, I'm Nadine Evans with BeMo Academic Consulting. Be sure you subscribe on whatever social media channel you're watching this from so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. If you want us to help you with your medical school application, go to BeMo.blog to schedule your free initial consultation. So even though all application services require a personal statement, the statement requirements do vary slightly. The AACOMAS personal statement is limited to 4,500 characters, including spaces. This is roughly 700 words, and it's important that you strictly adhere to this limit. This means be sure that you're not even 1 character over the limit. The TMD, SAS, and AMCAS personal statements are slightly longer, with TMD SAS's limit at 5,000 and AMCAS's limit at 5,300 characters, both including spaces. So other than the length, the main difference between the AACOMAS personal statement and other personal statements is the content. While there are definitely similarities between allopathic and osteopathic medicine, there are important differences which we'll go over in another video that I've linked to at the end. Be sure that you watch this video and make sure you understand these, as you need this information when you start crafting your own statement. So now let's go over how to write an AACOMAS personal statement. So first, you need to make sure that your personal statement answers the question, why do you want to be a doctor? And specifically an osteopathic doctor compared with an allopathic doctor. When we're working with our students, we often notice that they forget to answer this essential question that isn't always asked, but is required when crafting your personal statement. So to answer it, you need to ask yourself specific questions to help you gain insight into why you've chosen osteopathic medicine as your career path. So think about when you developed an interest in osteopathic medicine. What experiences led to your interest evolving into dedication and passion? What values and experiences allow you to put others first and dedicate yourself to helping others? What is your inspiration for working towards your short and long-term goals? What unique skills do you possess that will help you succeed as an osteopathic doctor? The next essential piece of advice I can give you is to make sure that your personal statement demonstrates your understanding and commitment to the principles of osteopathic medicine. Now, if you don't know what these are yet, don't worry, let me quickly go over them. So first and foremost, the body is a unit. The person is a unit of body, mind, and spirit. Second, the body is capable of self-regulation, self-healing, and health maintenance. Third, structure and function are reciprocally interrelated. And last but not least, rational treatment is based upon an understanding of the basic principles of body unity, self-regulation, and the interrelationship of structure and function. So take some time to really think about these principles and note what they mean to you and how your experiences go hand in hand with these principles. Make note of any experience you've had or any activity you've participated in that supports your commitment to these tenets. So now let's get into the actual structure of the essay, and let's start with the opening paragraph. An excellent personal statement should always begin with something that is both unique and interesting. So this is a way to set you apart from other candidates, and really it's a way to pique the interest of the admissions committee so they are intrigued to keep reading through your essay. It's always good to put yourself in the shoes of the admissions committee when you're thinking about your opening statement. Imagine having thousands of personal statements to read through. Imagine feeling fatigued, opening an essay, and reading a few lines. If those few lines weren't interesting enough, can't you see yourself closing the essay and moving on to something that is better? I can, and trust me, they will too. Now, there isn't one single way to craft your opening paragraph because every single individual has had different experiences in their lifetime. We find a lot of students think that nothing interesting has happened to them or that they don't have anything worth discussing, but this simply isn't true. Because it's your experience and because you're already used to it, you probably think it isn't worthwhile. But when we get talking to our students, we actually do discover so many interesting and unique points to include in their personal statement. If you're struggling to find yours, try these 3 different ideas. So number 1, think about a significant accomplishment that you're really proud of. Have you received an award for your hard work in the community? Have you contributed to a scientific paper? Did you start a new group or club at school? Maybe you made a connection with a student that you tutored and helped them achieve something that you were both proud of. Number 2, have you participated in a hobby long-term that meant a lot to you? What skills did you exhibit while participating in it? What did you learn that was the key to succeeding in this hobby? This could be a sporting team, a debate club, playing chess. Really, there are endless possibilities and great hobbies that may be worthwhile to discuss. Number 3, can you think of a challenging or moving experience that you'd like to discuss? Maybe you moved to a different country when you were young, which gave you an appreciation for forming new connections and being part of a community. Maybe you witnessed something difficult, but something great or positive came out of it, or it helped form a different appreciation in you. So let's move on to the body paragraphs now, and this is where the meat of the essay should be. So this is where you're going to be going through your life in chronological order and discussing through real examples how your experiences shaped who you are today. We often tell our students to pick a few experiences related to medicine to discuss. For example, in one essay, you could discuss a specific research project you contributed to, a meaningful tutoring experience you had, and a shadowing experience that stands out for you. When you're going through these examples, it's always useful to provide some brief context to the experience, and then to discuss what you observed that was significant, what you learned or took from it, and how that will apply moving forward as a physician. Lastly, the conclusion. Now, this can be tricky for some students, and we do notice that students' conclusions are often just a rewritten version of the introduction. This is not what you should be aiming for. Instead, your conclusion should tie together the take-home aspects of your essay while demonstrating your ability and desire to look to the future where you apply these experiences and lessons learned that'll help you on your journey to becoming an osteopathic physician. So in general, the most successful medical school personal statements are those that tell a story. We as humans love stories, and as a reader, we want to be taken on a journey, in this case, through an applicant's eyes to learn about how they decided on pursuing medicine and what led this individual to make such a massive life decision. Okay, so enough talk about how to write a statement. Let me now go through an example. And as you listen to it or read through it, keep in mind the points I mentioned about each section to see how the essay does exactly what it should. So here it is. There are 3 main elements to a free skating routine: the jumps, the spins, and the footwork. Each has its own set of rules requiring precision in body placement and timing. I grew to appreciate the attention to detail in each element to avoid finding myself on the floor yet again, which allowed me to represent the Southern region at the National Championships for 8 years. In that perspective, it seems only natural that I would bring my appreciation into my academic life and gravitate towards medicine, a highly methodical career path. At university, I sought opportunities in biology, business, and dance. Rather than shying away from difficult, non-required courses, I took classes such as determinative bacteriology and histology that exposed me to detailed biochemical processes. My business courses taught me the success of a marketing campaign hinges on the compatibility of a service with its target audience, a lesson that could be applied when designing treatment plans to encourage patient compliance. Alternatively, ballet and dance emphasize total body control, from fingertip to toe point in the execution of each movement, similar to the precision surgery demands. In each discipline, the classes I found most interesting were those that focused on breaking down large concepts into their constitutive parts. While each of these components cultivated my curiosity for medicine, it was my internship that confirmed my passion for medicine. At St. Joseph's Hospital, I shadowed an osteopathic physician who demonstrated both technical precision and compassion that drew me to the profession. I witnessed how, in spite of the chaotic patient waiting room, Dr. Green maintained a smile while greeting each patient. When a young woman came in complaining of migraines, Dr. Jean was able to ask specific questions that concluded the patient's lifestyle contributed to the pain she was enduring. She felt at ease and comfortable to share sensitive information. These qualities spoke volumes about the type of physician Dr. Jean was. He was able to provide not only the care, but compassion this patient required. Observing the interactions with the medical field ignited a passion I had seen only once before, when I decided I wanted to skate. Originally, I could not verbalize why I wanted to be a doctor. However, I have found a way to say it. When the people I love were terminally ill, they just wanted time to reach one more milestone. My best friend's mother wanted to watch her daughter graduate high school. My godfather wanted to reach his 65th birthday. Cancer and Parkinson's disease will not let you set your own timetable, but sometimes medicine can help you reach just a little bit further. As a doctor, I'd like to be a part of a team that gives my patient and their family just a little bit more time. With that time, my patient might walk their daughter down the aisle or celebrate one more birthday. Regardless of the situation, the time is priceless. My road to medicine was not easy, but each trial has made me more resilient. In the midst of rewriting my medical school application in 2017, my engagement ended weeks before my wedding date. I was not prepared to finish my application, so I dove into a research project and began my graduate studies in medical sciences. I pushed my limits until I crashed, resulting in my worst academic semester. I was devastated, but this challenge enabled me to seek help to understand my experience and overcome it. I developed a healthier routine by reducing my caffeine consumption, exercising regularly, and learning to manage stress. I took a proactive role in academics by collaborating more and studying efficiently, resulting in better grades. Taking a more assertive stance in time management and self-care has better equipped me for a career in medicine. Throughout my life, I gravitated towards highly technical activities, from skating to academics. I broadened my education beyond what was integrated into my program and found these experiences strengthened my conviction to be a physician. While shadowing, I found that a set of rules requiring precision in both body placement and timing govern healthcare too, inspiring my pursuit to delve deeper into medicine. In skating, years of hard work culminating into a single performance led me to stand proudly on the national podium with a bronze medal hanging around my neck. This time, I hope my years of hard work will permit me to stand on stage with a white coat. So if you'd like another statement example, you can find it on our AACOMAS Personal Statement Examples blog page. I've included a link for you in the description of this video. So now let's get into some expert tips to make sure that your personal statement is a success. Number 1, don't recycle your AACOMAS personal statement. Some students think that they can just shorten their AACOMAS personal statement and they're good to go. I strongly recommend that you don't do this. Remember, as I mentioned earlier, allopathic and osteopathic medicine are not the same, and the principles and perspectives of these two types of medicine differ greatly. If you just recycle your AACOMAS statement, you're showing the admissions committee that you don't understand the difference between the two. A statement that is suitable for an MD admissions committee is not a statement that is suitable for a DO admissions committee. Number 2, follow a specific journey. Use easy to understand language and make sure your essay flows in chronological order. Don't start with discussing your university project, jumping to when you were 5 years old, and then jumping to last year when you tutored a student. Keep it logical and keep it flowing. Number 3, don't use cliches. I can't stress this enough. You know what's boring? The same cliches that everybody uses. So make sure that you're being original and unique, because really you are. So there's no need to rely on common phrases and sayings that are overused. Allow for multiple revisions. So the absolute best version of your essay isn't going to be achieved overnight. Remember, this statement is a big deal. It's the admissions committee's first introduction to you as a candidate. So if they're not interested or they don't think that you're a good fit, that's it. You don't have another chance that cycle. So make sure you start early and allow lots of time for edits. It's also a good idea to enlist professional help in order to create a phenomenal statement that will stand out the first time. And the last tip that I have for you today is to hook the reader instantly. Did you know that the opening paragraph of your AACOMAS personal statement is the most important aspect of your essay? It literally can make or break the essay because, as we discussed earlier, if it's not fantastic, the admissions committee will not be interested in reviewing you as a candidate further. Make sure it's original, unique, and exciting, just like you are. Okay, So that concludes another one of our videos. Hopefully you found it helpful, so please subscribe, like, and leave a comment if you have any questions that I can help you with. If you'd like us to help you with your medical school application, go to BeMo.blog to schedule your free initial consultation. Thanks for watching and see you next time.